coming back to show and place. All the very best. Thank you very much.
Right, the news from the middle is that the West Indies has won the toss and they have decided to bat first.
No, which is not a surprise at all because West Indies doing well with the bat. Robin Powell, the best so far against the Bangladeshis. He's got the highest amount of runs and he was the player of the match in the last game.
Yeah, absolutely, in his 100 T20I as well. So as you mentioned, unchanged. They'll want a little bit more productivity in the power play. Yes, they had a good start in the fact that they didn't lose any wicket and they really set the platform up. Well, Jason Holder did excellent. Akil Hussain. Jayden Seals, though, only his second T20I and picked up 3 wickets. This team looks really good. Would that middle order be tested a little bit more today? Time will tell, but a solid start for them.
And Bangladesh team will be tested. Bangladesh have made one change, Zakir Ali coming in place of Nur Hassan, but Liton Kumar Das, who's got the best record, second best record in terms of runs here at the Chattogram Stadium, really needs to bat well and ensure that his the openers, particularly in the power play, that take the advantage if he's going to take something around the 180 mark. Well, always with the rain around and the pitch, we've talked about how the pitch is going to behave. Well, the pitch doctor was already earlier there in the middle, and this is Parvez Maroof with his thoughts.
Just like the first game, conditions in the middle, picture perfect for a game of T20 cricket. Lush green outfield, clear skies, and a pitch which is far better than the last game in my opinion. And why I say that is the main reason I could see the grass covering is much from the previous game, and underneath I hardly have any spaces to talk about when it comes to these gaps. I mean, the last game did have the gaps where the finger could go in, but still was hard. But in this pitch, I hardly can get my fingernail in. That suggests to me the pitch will have good bounce and the batsman will certainly enjoy the pace as well. With the new ball, the good length area where most of the fast bowlers was attacking, Taskin Ahmed as well as Jayden Seals, even Mustafizur Rahman. So I'm pretty sure if you hit that particular length, the short of a good length, that's where the batsman will struggle. Even with the older ball, bowling cutters into the pitch on a short of a good length is a good option to have. Yorkers, yes, but when you are in doubt in this sort of a surface, depending on the batter, bowl those cutters onto the pitch and it'll be hard task. With the new ball, I think it's very important the new ball bowlers bowl to take wickets up front. That's going to be very important.
Well, it's early evening and the dew is going to play a factor, definitely. We've seen that in the other day here at Chattogram.
Yeah, and I think it's also noteworthy that Shehop won the toss again and decided to bat first again because he reckons that runs on the board is more important than whatever that dew may be a little bit later on. But the length, as Favi's mentioned, they're so important on a surface like this. I still think that it's a pretty good one. Both captains really mentioned about that 180-run score. So Shehop would be looking to get to that and perhaps even a little bit more if they can really capitalize through those middle overs. But it looks like a really good surface, so you need to get a good store batting first.
Yeah, and I think both captains mentioned the fact it seemed to be a little drier than the pitch on the very first day. Well, a couple of matches, the summary of the previous game, important runs on the board first, and they want to replicate that. But as you mentioned, and the skipper Shehop mentioned, they'd like to get another 20-odd runs to that 160-odd they got the other day.
Yeah, what did they do well in that game? That's what they want to reflect on. I suppose the start, that opening partnership, that's what they did well. And the way they finished very strong. That's what they want to reflect on. I suppose the start, that opening partnership, that's what they did well. And the way they finished the power play. So if they can do anything close to that, I think it might just right on the target against them.
Yeah, they started off slowly, the West Indies, but really packed the punch right at the end of the game with a scintillating partnership between Shehop and Rahman Powell. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, and so often in his career, he goes under the radar, Shehop, but it's his innings that really set up the opportunity for Rahman Powell to explode at end. In his first 18 deliveries, Rahman Powell, he was struggling. It's just in the remaining 10 deliveries is where he really accelerated. And that just goes to show sometimes you give yourself some time, get set on a surface, and that's how dangerous he can be. So again, the learnings, what can they take from that victory? Sometimes you don't learn as much from a victory than you do from from a defeat, but you need to incrementally improve, and that's what they'll be hoping to do.
Well, you have to learn from your defeat. That's the question from the Bangladeshi perspective, because they got off to a fly and then they got a little carried away. I thought, playing too many shots. That's one arena I think they'll have to just water it down slightly.
I think even prior to that, the way they ended the innings with the ball, I mentioned those 51 runs being scored off the last 3 overs. So you go into the dressing room a little bit deflated, but you're right, in the power play, you can't win the game in the first 6, but you can be pretty much close to losing it if you lose 4 wickets. And that's what they did. And after that sort of disastrous start, it was hard for them to recover. So a better power play start in terms of the wickets lost. If you look at the game, they outscored the West Indians in 2 of the 3 phases, but it's those wickets that really hampered them. So yeah, finish with the ball better, and then a sitting here better start with the bat.
Yes, indeed. The wise words of Samuel Badri telling Bangladesh they've got to really do it well in all departments, and also the fielding, I think, needs to improve to a certain extent to give that support to the bowlers. Imperative that both sides field well. We saw a few drop catches, things that they want to avoid.
Yeah, and the West Indians were impeccable. They were electric. We saw that catch from Romario Shepherd. Akil Hussain was good with a quarter bowl. And on the ground feeling, it was really good. You're right. They dropped a crucial catch. Rovman Powell, when he was not yet set, and he made them pay. So that's another area that they'll want to do much better in.
Well, the crowds have come here in numbers, and it's always good to see. We had almost a full house the other day here at Chattogram Stadium, and they're all packing in. Lots of people coming in, looking forward to an exciting game coming up, the second T20 international in this series. Well, the umpires are coming out, the players will be coming out soon. It's time for us to join our first set of commentators upstairs.
Right, we see the umpires walking in. Good evening from all of us here from Chattogram. Well, fans have come in big numbers. They've proved it in the first T20 international. This is chock-a-block. Bangladesh team in the huddle. First and foremost, thoughts and prayers go out to people from Jamaica, where the Hurricane Melissa created some sort of devastation. So hopefully everybody there are okay, safe and sound. Our prayers go out to each and every one of them. Right. Series on the line, Bangladesh versus West Indies. Yes, we've spoken about quite a lot what has West Indies done or achieved in the last few bilateral series. But one must also remember the fact that when the last time when West Indies did play a bilateral series against Bangladesh, in Bangladesh, they went on to win it 2-1. West Indies opening the series with a win in Sylhet, and then Bangladesh squaring the series in Mirpur, and then West Indies winning the third and the final one to win the 3-match series. So they're in with a chance. Their wonderful batting display. I thought it was a complete game. You speak about the way they handled themselves early on. There was a good, solid foundation. Yes, very, very good indeed. Good evening, Parvez Maharouf.
Good evening, Athar. Good evening, everyone. Brandon King, the opening batsman for West Indies. Struggled a little bit in the last game, 33 of 36. But certainly, I'm sure that he will be wanting to get off to a good start. And Ali Katane is his partner. Bharat fell 34 of 27 deliveries left and elegant. I'm pretty sure Brandon and Ali will be wanting, itching to get a good start for the West Indies. As Athar said, series on the line. After one in 2018 was excellent. And it is a surprise straight away. Tanzim Hassan Shakib with the new ball. Ball first change in the last game. Certainly, this is a tactical move with Tanzim Hassan Shakib taking new ball. A slip in place, 2 fielders outside the circle. The third and final.
Oh, Nick straight in and out. They could have picked up a wicket on the very first delivery. That is a brilliant piece of bowling also, because it flew and it moved and the batter chased it.
Athar, first ball short of a good length, and take a look where this ball carries to Little Kumar Das. Take a look at the bounce and pace. That should have been taken, Liton. At this level, a must-win game. Captain should be leading from the perfect delivery, and would have been a perfect tactical move getting Tanzim Hassan Shakib to bowl the first over. What a start by Bangladesh.
That nearly worked in their favor. Remember, the last time they dropped a catch, they had to pay a big price because that catch was offered from Rovman Powell, who was on 7 or 14 deliveries. Then he really kicked on. He was the one who dropped the catch. Yeah, the kind of surface we saw in the first T20 International, it would give certainly a little bit more confidence to the West Indies team, especially because they like that bounce, extra bounce, and the ball coming onto the bat. This is a bit of a green tinge you can notice from these pictures. Yeah, it looks a very good, firm pitch. Parvez Maroof did the pitch report. You like the surface?
Yep. Certainly, in my opinion, this pitch has more grass than the last game. Even covering too, and as you correctly said, the boys from the Caribbean will enjoy the pace and bounce. And this is why I said that the new ball is going to be crucial. For Bangladesh to win this game, I just have this feeling, Arthur, with the new ball, they got to pick up wickets and dictate terms in the middle order. Let the West Indian openers or the top order off the hook, gets off to a good start. The dangerous hitters coming in the back of the innings, that will be very, very difficult for the Bangladeshis.
Good cricket all around. Nicely struck. But good piece of fielding at cover point. I think it's Saif Hassan.
I certainly see and hear the energy of the Bangladesh crowd as well as the players in the middle. They know how big a game this is. And also looking at how the ball is flying through the wicket keeper, a bit of movement off the pitch especially. Won't be a bad idea to have Taskin bowl in the next over rather than having Nasu Mohammed, who generally bowls in the power play in the T20s. Just on the conditions, having a bit of bounce and pace. Just like that, hint of movement away from the left-hander. That's something I'm sure Liton Kumar Das will be thinking about. But he's tried and tested. Nasu Mohammed in the power play though.
And he's gone fishing. No, they could have just left it alone.
Again, he's got done.
Earlier on, the very first delivery. It's turning out to be good over. Unlucky. Could have had a wicket of the very first ball. Again, lovely delivery. So it's just a single in the first over. Just a single change for Bangladesh. Zakir Ali comes back and replaces Nurul Hassan Chauhan. An unchanged the winning combination for West Indies. No hesitation one more time. It's a good toss to win for Shai Hope. Second time around. Well, as you expected, Taskin in the attack. Oh, close. Looking at the skipper, not interested.
Yeah, certainly drifting down the leg side, but impressive start by Taskin Ahmed. Nice and full, 133 clicks. Probably just drifting down. Wicketkeeper has the best sight, and he was absolutely not interested to go upstairs. Encouragement for the fast bowler, hint of movement, and certainly this is a good move by Liton Kumar Das to have two fast bowlers bowling in tandem on a pitch which is helping a bit for the seamers.
Yeah, you also saw that in the first T20 International where the ball started to move, lateral movement was there. And as you said, that if you see a seamer getting that sort of movement, why not have two operating? And that's what he has done. Tonight's umpire, SIS Shoikat. Only elite umpire from the Bangladesh umpire panel, Murshid Ali Khan, the on-field umpire, standing in his 23rd T20 international match. Should be taken. Yes, into the hands. So it's Taskin Ahmed who breaks through and picks up the first wicket.
It's a rocket out, and Brandon King was dropped on the very first ball. He has to walk back. Trying to play on the beautiful length by Taskin Ahmed, a proper test match length. Trying to play on the surface, doing a bit for the seamers is always a bit hard task to do. And the old workhorse Taskin Ahmed strikes to Bangladesh as Brandon King walks back one. West Indies 1 for 1.
Skipper of West Indies team, Shai Hope, finds himself in the middle in only the second over because Taskin Ahmed has picked up an early wicket. It was the openers in the first T20 international where they added 59 to lay a good foundation. No, those are his numbers. He has 100 in this format also. Dangerous player. He's here because of this.
And no timing. Even Brandon King in the last game struggled for timing, scored only 33 of 36. Not capitalizing on the drops chance of the very first ball. And Ridoy is a safe fielder. It's a lovely safe catch. Nothing wrong with the pitch. Just that on the up with the new ball is difficult task. Two slips in place for Hope.
We spoke about the bounce, and there is movement off the surface also. So he's really bending his back and making sure they hit the right line and length.
The British's movement off the seam. Very good record for Taskin. Any fast bowler under 8 when it comes to economy, in my opinion, have done really well. Workhorse in